afternoon, my children. Welcome to online classes. Today again we are going to continue the lesson Dear Departed Part 2 Drama, and this is the second class. So the previous lesson, let us analyze, let us recapitulate that one. Here J.B. Meriwether was getting up and he came down. He saw all the people, his daughter and his son-in-laws along with Vicky. What happened? So these things, and we have seen that. Today, let us begin our lesson. Let us continue the lesson. Here, Mr. Jordan, I will tell you what has been going on in this house. Father, nothing sort of robbery. Yesterday we stopped here. From that, let us continue the lesson. All of you read the textbook. If possible, prepare notes while I am telling you. And Ben, will be well, Mrs. Slater. Be quiet, Mrs. Slater said. Elizabeth, be quiet, Mrs. Jordan. I will not be quiet, Mrs. Jordan said. No, I will not be quiet. Oh, I got it double-faced. Here, Mrs. Jordan understood what happened. Then she was trying to explain his father what was happening in his house. So while he was trying to explain that, and he said, Mrs. Slater said, Elizabeth, please be quiet, be calm. Then he said, no, I will not be quiet. So I call it double-faced, which means cheating. That means deceitful. You are cheating our Father. You are trying to deceive our Father. So I won't be quiet, and I'll explain what was happening here to our father. Elizabeth said to Mrs. Slater. Henry, Elizabeth, no, Elizabeth, no. Then Mrs. Jordan said, Elizabeth Jordan, and you too, hey Henry, and you too, are you such a pure creature that you must do every dirty thing she tells you? Are you such pure things? Are you such a ignorant fool you are? Whatever she said, you are doing that. Don't you have a common sense and such a pure creature that you must do everything what she tells you, right? So Abel, at the time, Abel rising up from his seat, thumping the table. Thumping means hit the table hardly. Damn it all! Will someone tell me what's been going on? Damn it! What was the discussion it is? Will someone tell me what has been going on here? What was your discussion? I don't understand. Someone tell me. He hit the table hardly. Mrs. Jordan at the time, she reacted like this way. Yes, Father. I will, which means I will explain. I will not see you robbed. I will not see you robbed. Abel, who has been robbing me? Mrs. Jordan. Is nothing but Amelia and Henry. They were robbing. They have stolen your clock and bureau. Then they sneaked into your room like thieves the night and stole them, and after you are dead. Nothing. Amelia and Henry, these people are sneak your room just like a thieves tonight, and they stole your wall clock and the bureau. At the time, Henry and Mrs. Letter said, "Hush, hush, Elizabeth, hush, don't tell." Mrs. Jordan, "I will not be stopped. I will not be stopped. After you are dead, I say. So after you are dead, I will not be stopped. I must say to our father." Emily, after who was dead? Mrs. Jordan said, "You." After who was dead? Then when he asked at the time, she said, "You, father, after you dead." Then Abel said, "But I am not dead." Mrs. Jordan, but they thought you were dead. They refers to Henry and Mrs. Slater. They thought that you are dead. At the time, Abel thought, Abel goes around at them. "Oh, so that's why you are in black today." Then he understood. Oh, so that's why you all people black today, right? So you thought I was dead. He chuckles and he smiles. That was a big mistake. He sits and resumes tea. Resume means take his chair. Mrs. Slater, at the time, she was sobbing, weeping continuously, and too much noise. Then Abel said, "I didn't take you long to start dividing my things between you. It didn't take, my dear children, my dear Mrs. Amelia and Jordan, Elizabeth, it didn't take you too long to start dividing the things that between you, my things. I will tell you what I am going to do." Here Abel was explaining to the children, I will explain what I am going to do, and since your mother died, I will live a part of time with you, Amelia, and a part of with you, Lizzie. Since your mother died, he spoke to and he said to his children, "Since your mother died, I lived part of with you, Amelia, and I live with part of with Lizzie." Lizzie in the sense Elizabeth. "Well, very good. I shall make a new will." Will means it is a written document, and it is a legal document. Will, not that shall will. Here WILL, will means here it is a legal document. You should have write the meaning in your notebook. "So I shall make a new will, leaving all my bits of things to whoever I am living with when I die." My dear children, I am going to make a new will, to whom all my things, to whom that belongs to, till I die. Right? When I die. How does that strikes you? Hello, Andadi? How that strikes you? How did you think? Mrs. Jordan, "You know, father, it's quite time you came to live with us again. We'd make you very comfortable." Mrs. Jordan said. Whenever his father said, "I am going to make a new will," and here Mrs. Jordan said, you know father, it's a quite time. This is the right time that you came to us and live with us again. We will make you comfortable, very comfortable." Mrs. Slater said, "No, he is not been with us as long as he was with you." Mrs. Slater said, he has lived with you for 5 years, and like that, and he has not living with us just like as with you. So Mrs. Jordan, "It may be wrong, but I don't think father will fancy living on with you after what's happening today." Here Mrs. Jordan created doubts. It may be wrong, but I don't think father will fancy. will be feel safe after the things are happening here. Based on that, I think father will not save and will not be fancy living with you. And then Abel said, it seems to me that neither of you has any cause of to feel proud about the way you have treated me. Abel said, Mrs. Slater, if I have done anything wrong, I am sure I am sorry for it. Mrs. Slater said to his father, Father, if I've done anything mistake, anything wrong towards you, Father, please forgive me. I'll try to correct my mistake. Mrs. Jordan. And I can't say more than that too. I can't say more than Mrs. Jordan said to his father. Abel, it's a bit of late to say it. Mrs. Slater and Lizzie, it's a bit of late to say it. Now, neither of you cared to put up with me. Neither of you. That means no one take care of with me. I understood. That's why Mrs. Slater and Mrs. Jordan said, No, father. Abel. Hey, you both say that because of what I told you about leaving my money. Well, since you don't want me, and I'll go to someone that does. Abel, Ben, come, Mr. Merriweather, you got to live with one of your daughters. Come on. Mr. Abel Merriweather, it's a high time that you have lived with one of your daughters. Come on. Then Abel said, I will tell you what I've got to do. What I've got, that is what I thought to do. I will tell you. On Monday next, I've got to do 3 things. The next Monday, I have thought to do the 3 things, that is to go to the lawyer and alter my will. Alter in the sense change. So that I want to go to lawyer and I want to change the will. And I got to do with the insurance office at the same time, and I want to go to insurance service. I want to pay some amount to that and the premium, and I got to do St. Philip Church and get married at the same time, and I want to go to St. Philip Church and get married. Then when he said, Henry and Ben and Jordan, they were shocked because he was 72. At the age of 72, the thought that he wanted to get married, it is impossible, it is awesome, and it was wonder. Ben and Henry, what? They cried. Mrs. Jordan, get married. Mrs. Slater, he's out of his sense. That means he has gone mad. This says what nonsense that he was talking. At this stage, he was getting married. It is nonsense things. The Mrs. Slater said, Abel, I say I'm going to get married. Yes, I say I'm going to get married. Mrs. Slater, who to? Slater said, who to? Abel, to Mrs. John Shara, who keeps a ringo bell, so we had to fix up a good while now. But I was keeping for a restaurant price. Surprise, your eyes. I felt I was a bit of burden to you. So I found someone who would think it a pleasure to look after me. We shall be very glad to see you at the ceremony. He gets to the till Monday, then 12 o'clock at St. Philip Church, then opening the door. It's a good thing you bought that bureau downstairs, Amelia. It will be handier. The word handier, it will be easy to carry to eat across to Ringo Bells on Monday. He goes out. He said, Mrs. To whom that you are going to get married? When Mrs. Slater asked here Abel Merriweather, he said, who maintains John Sherrod, the Ringo Bells? The Ringo Bells is the name of the restaurant. She is the proprietor of this restaurant. So already we thought and we decided to marry both of us. So I hope that I want to see you on Monday at St. Philip Church. So I hope you should attend the ceremony. And again, when he was going upstairs, and he said a word with Amelia. Amelia, it's a good thing that you brought this bureau and the wall clock down, because it is easy to take to Ringo Bells. That is that is the end of the lesson, dear departed, my dear children. Here you need to understand, nowadays the human relationships in the family day by day decreasing. The people are, based on this lesson, the theme of the lesson we want to learn, what we want to learn here. We don't have good relationships nowadays. Of course, it seems to be very funny. But what we find, there is a gap, there is a hollowness between the human relationships. There was a huge gap. We people and giving the importance to the material property and material things and money. We don't care about relationships. Here, Mrs. Jordan and Amelia both are giving importance to father's belongings and his money, not take care about his father's safe and comforts. So you are growing up. You are going to become a pillars of this nation, and you got a chance to build a good society and maintain the good relationships. So what we want to learn and what we have to learn from this lesson, my dear children. I hope you understood well, and sometimes frequently which I do not, some people which they do not understand some phrases and classes in the textbook, they used to make they used to make a call, otherwise they send a text. So now I hope that you should do also the same thing, right? So while reading this textbook, you need to write the difficult words and new vocabulary in your notebook, and write the meanings in your notebook, because it is useful while you are revising the lesson before you go to examinations. Until then, take care. Bye.